Hey everybody, welcome and welcome back to the channel. We're continuing on our BTS journey. Boris City Magazine, back at it again. Y'all listed out some of the videos y'all would like me to watch, right? I asked what y'all were looking for, what creators I should really look at, and y'all said that between Rise of Bangtan and Boris City, I really had a lot to chew on. So, we're going to take a gander at one of the videos that y'all recommended, which was why most armies don't like K-pop. And I'm really curious about this because I've asked y'all a few times if there were other K-pop groups that y'all would recommend, and you were like, not really. If you like BTS, that's not really the same as liking K-pop. And then a number of y'all dropped this, both in a request for recommendations post and then also in videos where I've asked for the recommendations. You're like, they're not the same. This video will explain why. So, we're here to watch it. It is only 15 minutes. That means nothing on this channel, and I appreciate y'all for understanding that. If you're enjoying this journey with me, please do hit the like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, what you want to see me react to. This is not just a BTS channel. This is an exploring all kinds of stuff channel. So we watch movies. We've been on a BTS journey for the last several months, and that's a journey I'm enjoying. But let me know what other BTS lore videos you'd like to see. Let me know what movies you'd like me to watch, because we're watching movies over here too. And we have a few coming down the pipe that I'm really excited about. But I'm just not a big, movies buff. And I'm trying to watch more. And I think I said this when I first started the channel. But I'm kind of anxiety prone, I guess. And somehow it feels like if I watch movies or these random lore videos kind of by myself, that I'm wasting my time. But if I watch it with somebody else, my dog has the zoomies.
A few moments later.
But if I watch these videos with somebody else, then it's bonding, it's commiserating, it's hanging out, and suddenly it's not a waste of time anymore, you know? So this channel kind of gives me something of an outlet, and also y'all show me some really good movies that I wouldn't think of on my own, and would never have been on my radar, right? Oh gosh, Train to Busan. I'm not a horror movies girly. Would not have been on my radar. Sinners would not have been on my radar. And so I try out this new shit, and they're really good. So, anywho, tangent done and over, rant ended. Let's continue on with the video.
In 2017, BTS started being invited to major American award shows. They were getting nominations for the first time.
First K-pop group to be up for a BBMA nomination.
They were winning every nomination they received.
We still cannot believe that we're standing here on this stage at the Billboard Music Awards.
And even their American TV debut was on a major American award show.
Making their US TV debut, make some noise for BTS!
This came as a surprise to the K-pop music industry and K-pop fans, since things like this haven't really happened since the global success of Gangnam Style in 2012. So you would assume that the K-pop industry and K-pop fans were happy to see a K-pop act getting some recognition once again. But what actually happened
full of
was
haters.
the complete opposite. While Psy had immense popularity in the West in 2012, his musical career was not really seeing much growth in the Western music industry.
Sure.
In America, Gangnam Style was what many call a one-hit wonder. This was not the case with BTS. They were actually getting bigger and bigger with every release. This is why it's really hard to find BTS's Gangnam Style. They don't really have one song that put them on the map because with every new release, they were getting bigger and bigger. But for many K-pop fans, that was exactly the problem. BTS were becoming mainstream. K-pop wasn't. So the BTS army started being mainly composed of general public and non-K-pop fans. And a year later...
That's an interesting thought, because I was thinking about too, when different artists become mainstream and their genre begins to kind of wonder if they fit in the in the genre anymore. It happens a lot in rap music, like when rap artists hit the charts, they're like, oh, they've gone pop. No, they just had a chart.
Later in 2018, K-pop fans were done with this. The Korea Herald reported, some K-pop listeners and fans expressed discomfort for the fast-growing BTS fan community. They have claimed that some of the band's army only listen to BTS and show little interest for K-pop in general, leading to a flurry of posts with hashtag Armies Ruin K-pop Party. Among many tweets that expressed discomfort for BTS's growing fandom, this one became very popular. It said, the Organization of the United K-Popers declares the army expelled as of today. Thanks to ARMY for understanding the situation and
how does that affect the, like, this is, it goes back to the other video where I was just like, why are you calling customer service? How do you have time? If ARMY doesn't care about K-pop in general, why does it affect you any? Is it because they're voting when BTS is in competitions? Is that not the purpose of the fan vote? So, I'm confused.
Accepting its level degradation in a good way. Even though they are now at a lower level, the K-pop community wishes them luck and hopefully they will regain their humility and conscience. So after being expelled by the K-pop community, ARMYs started celebrating the ARMY Independence Day as a funny way to respond to all the jealousy from K-pop fans and their attempt to stop BTS from becoming mainstream in the West. Now, many K-pop fans are trying to backtrack and say that this was a random account and not a real organization, and that whether we like it or not, ARMYs are also K-pop fans, since BTS is a K-pop group. And first of all, of course this is not a real organization.
Right, I was gonna say.
Nothing is real, especially when it comes to K-pop stans. But these and many other tweets show K-pop fans' goal to exclude BTS. The expulsion may not be real, but the attempt of humiliation and exclusion was. The problem that many K-pop fans didn't realize was that BTS can perfectly sustain itself as a musical act in the music industry, and this is something that only they can do. I can't think of any other act in the music industry, and this is something that only they can do. I can't think of any other K-pop act that can sustain
in
itself
K-pop
as a group
specifically,
without the power
that makes
of
more
the K-pop
sense.
industry. This makes much more sense knowing that BTS grew without the help of the K-pop industry. They grew bigger and bigger by experimenting with their own promotion methods, despite the K-pop industry's efforts to cut them from broadcasts, fabricating controversies, sabotaging every award they won, and downplaying their achievements, even until this day.
정도 보도가 돼요. 그러면 우리가 흔히 알고 있는 소위 대형 기획사의 아이돌이 그것보다 사실은 못 미치는 어떤 활약을 보였을 때 미디어에 보도되는 양이나 그 커버되는 범위를 보시면 확연히 차이가 납니다. 이번 그래미 같은 경우 어떻게 들어가냐면 주요 부문에서 등극에 실패했다라고 한다든지.
장르도 그래미 후보에 올랐다고 하지.
And it's true that K-pop as a whole has grown a lot since 2017, but that was the consequence of BTS's popularity. The K-pop wave doesn't really exist. Just look at any articles that explain the global phenomenon that is K-pop and laugh a little. They usually show achievements like this. This one shows the Korean acts to laugh a little. They usually show achievements like this. This one shows the Korean acts to earn at least 2 billion streams in Spotify. And the way it's put makes you believe that these are the biggest acts in K-pop, when in reality, when you combine the 4 biggest acts, it's still not enough to surpass BTS. But what if you combine the 8 biggest acts? It's still not enough to surpass BTS. But what if you combine the 10 biggest acts? Then BTS increases even more because their solo careers are also bigger than K-pop. Actually, in general terms, if you combine the whole K-pop industry's achievements, BTS is still bigger. They're still bigger when it comes,
because they're not just like 7 individuals, they're 7 talented AF individuals, and they're talented individually, they're more talented together. I don't know, I should say that. They're differently talented individually, and they're also talented together. So, each one puts out music that's fucking good. The discography is sickening.
to streams, sales, charts, and tours. Another thing that the media says a lot is that yes, BTS is the biggest act, but this other group is number 2 and they are also doing pretty well. But in reality, they are extremely far from number 1. K-pop success in the West is not K-pop success, it's BTS's success. It's like this meme that says Kobe Bryant and Kwame Brown combined for 63 points. Kobe scored 62, Kwame scored 1. And I think this makes things clearer.
That's funny.
This player started
63
scoring
points.
so many points that fans of the team got annoyed and jealous that everyone was paying attention to the player and not to the team. So they kicked the player
that's
out
an
of the
interesting way to
team
say it.
without realizing that that affects the team more than it affects the player. This is why they backed
Y'all, when they traded Luka Doncic to the fucking Lakers, oh, the Timberwolves were pissed. Oh, it was bad.
track and started promoting the players' achievements as the team's achievements, when the other players' contributions are almost non-existent. Now, the main question is why? Why is the Western general public paying attention to only BTS and not K-pop as a whole? This K-pop journalist has the same question as to why no one pays attention to her K-pop articles. She tweeted, "My issue with K-pop today is that less and less people care about it as a whole, and instead only care about one or two groups, which makes writing about the industry increasingly difficult. Everyone lives in their own bubble and doesn't even want to know more. There seems
It sounds interesting. More like it's interesting to me. The more salient complaint seems to be bandwagon fans, right? So if you talk about people who, and I'll use hip hop as an example, right? They're like, oh, you know, NBA YoungBoy is the greatest rapper of all time, and they know like 3 rappers. They don't know Wu-Tang Clan, they don't know Method Man, Eminem, Kendrick, Tupac, Sugar Hill Gang, Cypress Hill, like Mike Jones, NWA, I could continue. And so when you talk about, you know, the best K-pop songs and you only know one group, I can see that being irksome.
to be a huge misunderstanding too. So many people think that being a fan means you need to consume all the content and know all the members'
Right.
biography and have every single
You don't have to
album,
listen to
when
every
you
rap
don't.
album that's
You can
ever
just
fucking
listen
come
to a
out
song
to
and
enjoy
it.
rap-
You don't
to enjoy
even
rap
need to call
music.
yourself a fan, but just trying to listen to new stuff sometimes. Having curiosity about it is cool. It's
Yeah.
refreshing. You might find your new favorite band. Who knows? And I think most people will totally agree with this, except that K-pop doesn't really work like that, because K-pop is not a genre, it's an industry. And it's an industry that has so many common factors like that, because K-pop is not a genre, it's an industry, and it's an industry that has so many common factors that attract many people that will eventually become K-pop fans. But none of these factors include music. When a hip-hop journalist, for example, writes about hip-hop artists, the articles are usually targeted at hip-hop fans, and these hip-hop fans care about hip-hop as a whole because it's one particular genre they enjoy. They may also have their own favorite K-pop artist, but since they like the genre, they also listen to other artists that have a similar sound. And this can happen with other genres of music as well. But K-pop fails to transform the general public into K-pop fans because K-pop's priority is not music. In K-pop, singers, rappers, or performers are not called artists or recording artists. They are called idols, and they were literally seen as that. Before BTS, writing and producing your own songs was not a thing in K-pop. It was all about visuals, how the idol looks, how the music video looks, what kind of reputation the idol has. The further from a regular person with regular lives who actually put on hours of work on their music, the better. This is why K-pop acts are not known for having a musical personality. They are either stuck at one song or jumping from one concept to another, with no real message in any of their eras. Musical and artistic growth are very hard to find in K-pop. And this is not about being a versatile
Interesting. So it's really more about performance and spectacle, maybe even more than performance. Maybe it's more about spectacle than anything else.
artists or not. There are artists who release many genres of music, BTS being the most popular example these days. But to successfully show this versatility, the artist still needs some factors that make them them. And this can be as simple as the artist's musical taste. However, that's another thing they lack, because their songs are not only written and produced by other people, but also they don't even choose the songs that will be part of their discography. The labels are the ones who give the performers an artistic identity that they have to adapt to. If I show you the most popular K-pop songs from this year or from any other year, you wouldn't really be able to tell ones who give the performers an artistic identity that they have to adapt to. If I show you the most popular K-pop songs from this year or from any other year, you wouldn't really be able to tell which group they are from because K-pop groups don't really have any artistic identity.
It doesn't really incentivize you to learn the artists' names.
You'll find your own identity. This is why BTS's discography always reflected their lives and their thoughts. And even when the BTS members don't write or produce a song, they are the ones deciding what they like and what fits them, not the other way around. I think one reason as to why BTS attracts the general public while K-pop doesn't is the fact that to become a BTS fan, you only need to listen to the music. Other factors like performance, visuals, and message only solidifies BTS's artistry. But still, if one day BTS suddenly becomes ugly or decides to not dance anymore, their music is still strong enough to be performed and listened to for many years to come. So to be a music is still strong enough to be performed and listened to for many years to come.
Right.
So to be a BTS fan, you just need to like the music.
It
but
doesn't
to be a
just need to be
K-pop fan,
spectacle.
you need to be a fan of an industry. And what does this industry include? It includes pretty people, a choreographed dance, a concept that they will throw away after a month or two, 3 mini albums a year, flashy music videos, and trendy outfits. And all of these things are really cool things to pay attention to. I love paying attention to visuals and outfits, but if I don't like the music, watching their performance once is all I'm going to do. And actually, I would say K-pop fans agree with me, because K-pop music videos and live performances with pre-recorded vocals can end up having millions and billions of views. But once you focus on the music, not even K-pop fans want to listen to it. This doesn't happen with BTS. If they have a billion views in a music video, the number of streams of this same song matches the number of music video views. People don't only want to see them dance or perform, they actually want to listen to their music. These same K-pop journalists say I feel like the concept of enjoying music for the music is getting lost. And now people either are huge fans of one thing or they don't care at all. They won't even bother to try listening. So how can we write if people aren't open to read about things they don't know? About this, two things come to mind. First, let's say that this person is right and certain fandoms like ARMY are huge fans of one thing, in this case BTS, and we don't really care at all about anyone else. If this was the case, then what is really the problem with that? And why are K-pop journalists complaining about this? Why do music journalists don't care when this happens in other genres? I don't know how I came up with this, but do you remember when Justin Bieber became popular and everyone was asking his fans to please check out every other Canadian pop artist? Well, of course you don't remember because it didn't happen. Justin Bieber's
That's
success
funny.
was Justin Bieber's success. And
Right.
no one expects Justin Bieber fans to also be interested in Drake or The Weeknd because they have nothing in common, except from their nationality.
I mean,
so what about artists
Weeknd and
who do
Justin Bieber
release
could both
similar
sing,
music?
but I take the
Still,
meaning.
you will never see a journalist that covers American pop asking Ariana Grande fans why they only pay attention to Ariana and not other pop singers. Being a fan of an artist is not a group project. Just because I like one artist doesn't mean that I have to like other artists.
Being a fan of an artist is not a group project. It's low-key a bar. Because Ariana Grande is not going to be like, go check out my girl Taylor Swift's new album. I don't know that she cares.
that are associated with them. The second thing I wanted to say about this is that it's not even true. This is only a what-if scenario, because most ARMYs were previously fans of other genres of music, or music in general.
I
As
see
I
you,
said,
Meg.
ARMYs are mainly composed of the general public, and as BTS grew, K-pop grew too.
Chris Martin.
This is because the assumption is that if BTS is part of this particular industry and they are amazing, then the whole industry, or at least many other acts from this industry, are as amazing, right? This is the moment when most ARMYs start realizing that BTS is an anomaly in K-pop. ARMYs
Got
do
it.
give other groups a chance, but if they don't like the music, then there really isn't a reason to become a fan. It's more common for ARMYs to like individual K-pop songs without becoming a fan of the group, because like I said, K-pop usually goes through eras and concepts instead of growing as artists and
Yeah.
solidifying a musical identity. This ARMY responded to the K-pop journalist. Lately, I've been listening to a lot of Doja Cat. Found this really good band called Bad Omens. Fuji Cat's viral song is also really good. New Jeans, The Weeknd, yet you're going to complain people don't care about music because you're not getting clicks on your K-pop articles. ARMYs tend to be music fans, and they are going to support what they like. And that includes acts from any genre of their preference. Western acts,
different
K-pop
genres
acts,
for the win.
and also other Korean non-K-pop acts like BTS.
Interesting. Korean
Another
pop
thing
versus
I've seen a
K-pop.
lot is K-pop fans accusing ARMYs of hating Koreans because we are trying to exclude BTS from their Korean roots and identity. And that is an insane
What kind of
take,
weird
because
stretch is
K-pop is not
that?
a culture. It's an industry that doesn't really represent Korean values or culture. This is why Korean citizens separate K-pop, or what they call idol music, with Korean music. They even separate Korean pop with K-pop. So while K-pop fans may group artists like BTS, IU, Lee Young-won, Yuna, and Haze under the K-pop label simply because they are Korean, ARMYs and other music fans who understand the difference don't really consider BTS as K-pop because they don't really follow many of the K-pop rules or fit into the K-pop structure. Some of these artists, like BTS, may participate in some K-pop shows, but they are way too involved in their music composition and have way too many artistic liberties to
So
be
I guess I'm
considered
not
part
clear
of
on
K-pop.
what she would
BTS's
argue they
actual
consider them, like
competition
just
in South
Korean
Korea
pop
are
versus
other Korean
K-pop?
non-K-pop acts
They're Korean
who are
pop
usually
artists,
called
would that be the
digital
argument?
monsters. So no, saying BTS is not K-pop is not being anti-Korean.
Anti-Korean is a weird take. That's a really bizarre
I think
take,
this
y'all.
response to the K-pop journalist summarizes it perfectly. My issue with K-pop fans are how they treat music fandom as a group project and fetishize Koreans instead of treating them as individual artists. K-pop has very little in common musically between groups. There's no reason there should be fan crossover. What does K-pop actually sound like that you're a fan of all the artists? And why aren't you exploring non-Korean artists that do or invent those genres? If it's not about them being Korean, and
If none of them sound the same, why would you listen to them all? Is a great fucking argument. Like, if you're a fan of, death metal, and you really like death metal, it would not make any sense for you to know country western singer. Like, I'm not over here quizzing you on your knowledge on 1950s and 1960s country music if you like death metal.
about the music. The reason things are different from what you, K-pop fans, remember is that BTS are mainstream, so they have music fans and not niche fans. And music fans don't treat music artists like group projects because they are fans of individual music. In conclusion, if you like group projects because they are fans of individual music. In conclusion, if you like music, listen to BTS. Chances are you're going to love them. And I think I repeat this in all of my videos, but don't assume. Don't assume BTS is just K-pop. Don't assume their biggest and only talent is dancing. And
Right.
don't assume they only release meaningless pop music. BTS's fandom is composed of listeners of different genres of music because they release different genres of music. There's BTS music for everyone. You just need to be a little open-minded and explore the world of BTS's discography and artistry.
I want to hear more of their English songs because I just don't feel like I'm in a position. Okay, yeah. I want to listen to more of their songs that are in English because I feel like even as I love the lyricism of the songs that are in Korean, I'm relying really heavily on translations and, like kind of anchors in the song to help me know where I am. And I think I'd like to spend a little more time breaking down the lyricism of their English songs. So let me know some of those in the comments. I'm not expecting necessarily English exclusive, but at least half English I think would be very helpful to me. If that's, individual songs, if that's group songs, throw mixture in there, sprinkle me some options, and I'll check them out. But I don't know that I fully understand what the expectation would be. It's like, hey, and I'm just gonna pick a group because I don't fucking know any of them. Blackpink. Could you hook us EXO up with some of your fans? In what context would they be like, go listen, like a collab, maybe. But yeah, it's just kind of weird, like, you don't do enough for the genre. Honey bunny, I make it money. It's an industry, this is a business. We get numbers. What else are we supposed to do? Y'all have beef because we didn't get numbers from one of the big fucking three, and we can't help that. Y'all didn't want to sign us. You know? Or like, you wanted to sign us into some foul ass contracts, I think in the case of Jin. So, workers' right. Anywho, thank y'all for being here watching this video with me. If you're enjoying this journey, please do hit that like and subscribe. It helps me with the algorithm to find more folks who enjoy this kind of shit too. Have a good rest of your day or night, and I'll see you on the next one.